All right, everyone. Hey, welcome to Toast Tuesday. It is March 24th, 2026. We are going to do a different kind of Toast Tuesday today because of the warehousing that I had talked about the last couple of episodes issue that we have. I have got to prioritize creating some warehouse space today. We are getting 14 pallets of wine in today. That is the equivalent of about 840 cases. And because of that, we can't do the typical Toast Tuesday as I've got to do all this to get ready for the wine. So this is our kind of warehousing area here. And yeah, there's not a lot of room here right now. But I got to pull all this stuff out today in order to make room, because a lot of the wine that's coming will go underneath pallets that are already stacked up here. Like this one, for example, has 2 pallets, 1, 2, and then we've got a lot of singles there that will put wine underneath them on. I got to get all these barrels out of here. Got to get all this wine out of here. Got to get this sparkling wine here that's gracefully aging. Yeah, oh, look at this. This is going to be a cool one, right? Look at that. Cabernet Franc Sparkling. This is what we made this year. It's going to be a red wine sparkling. So that's going to be great. Something to look forward to down the road. But for now, it's in my way, and I need to get it out of here. So a little bit of behind the scenes. We'll see how we do some warehousing gymnastics to try and figure out what we do with 14 pallets here and use all the space that we can. So we'll just do some different shots during the day here so you can see what that all looks like. All right, here we are moving the barrels out of here. I've got 8 stacks of barrels to get out of here, and you got to be careful with this because these barrels are actually all full. So I'm going to grab 2 off the top here. Again, I got to do 8 stacks of these, 6 barrels in a stack. Again, got to move these. I got to clear out basically this entire row here in order to open that up so I can bring the wine in, get it all the way to the end. And I do have some that needs to go down at the end, of course. You probably can't see this really well, what I'm doing right now, but I am trying to work the phone at the same time as the forklift. Probably not a smart idea, but yeah, I'll pull it down here so you can have a better shot of it. There we go. A little bit like playing blocks. Like when you're a kid, this is where your block skills come in handy when you got to move all this wine with a forklift. I know that's annoying, that beeping, but it takes you back to your childhood days here where playing with blocks. That's how I think about it. So we'll get this stacked up here. I'm going to have this whole crush pad here is going to be filled with stuff by the time I'm done here. But yeah, it's a long process. I got to take it all out, and I've got to put it all back in after I bring the new wine in. Yeah, it's going to be a longer stay doing this. Okay, so I always take the top 2 barrels off first to get me started, and then I feel pretty confident grabbing the other 4 in the stack at one time. So let's get this out of here now. This will be the second stack down, 6 to go. And you can see we got a little spring snow last night. Lovely. It's very cold today. A little snow out there. Winter is still holding on here in the Finger Lakes. Just enough to be pretty annoying at this point. It's pretty cold out here right now on the crush pad, less than 32 degrees, but it's supposed to warm up here over time. And I'm not concerned about the wine freezing or anything at this point, but it is the things that we have to deal with too. We have to always be watching the weather when we're moving stuff outside to make sure there's no issues, whether it be rain, because not everything is covered out here, or snow. Should be okay today. Ironically, they de-hilled the vines. So we actually covered the vines up with dirt over the winter. It gives them like a little bit of a blanket to help protect them through the winter. And this morning with snow on the ground, the team came through and de-hilled all the vines. So they're now exposed. Of course, you can't see them from here, and I'm not gonna take you up there today because probably not a lot to see at this point with the de-hilling. But found it kind of ironic that today was the day that they did that, considering the snow and temperature. But spring is right around the corner. I think we just have to get through a couple more days, maybe this weekend of cold weather, but then the temperatures look good. Let's see what we're looking at. Some of the barrels that we're pulling out of here. Look at that Chardonnay barrels. We got 6 of those. So people who loved our barrel aged Chardonnay, that'll be back at some point. Yeah, 6 barrels of that. And I'm really this one's really tasting good. I actually barrel fermented about 2 barrels worth, so about a third of the barrels actually were also barrel fermented. So it really is going to give it an some interesting taste and texture. Nice, it's going to be a really nice barrel aged Chardonnay. Oh, here's another fun one I'm looking forward to. Saperavi 2025 Saperavi. Note on these barrels, these are all 2022, they say on them. Even that one there says 22 at the bottom. That means that was when their first fill was. So I had mentioned before that you really get oak characteristics out of a barrel for 3 years. So these are now in their 4th year, so 4th fill. If you think about that, 22, 23, 24, they still had some oak to give. In 25 here, when these were filled for the 4th time, they're really considered what we call neutral barrels now. So you still get the impact that you want from barrel aging, the tannin polymerization, the micro-oxidation, but it's not going to deliver. There'll be some oak, but it'll be very nuanced at this stage, given this is its 4th fill. And I think it's not a bad thing. We use a lot of neutral barrels here in the Finger Lakes because our red wines, I think, really you can go too crazy with oak, and they have a hard time holding up to that. So this is going to be perfect, these neutral barrels for this Saperavi. All right, we did it. Got it all out of here. You can see a nice clear pathway now to get this wine in here. Let's see what we look like out here. You can see we've got a lot of stuff out here now. As well, I need to have room to pull 14 pallets of wine off the truck and put them somewhere, because I will have to stage those to be able to put them back in a very specific order. So we're out. Let's see what else is interesting out here. This is not all of our barrels. So I said there were 8 stacks, 3 or 6 barrels to a stack. So what? That's 48 barrels. So we have a total of 118 barrels right now filled. So this is just a portion of the barrels. Here's another one I'm excited about to have again. Zweigelt, 2025 Zweigelt. Be nice to get that back into the tasting room at some point after it's done aging as well. So that's another good one that we're looking at. Let's see what else is out here. This is fun. Look at these right here. You might have seen these. These are canes. These are canes. So people often ask, well, what is cane and vine? What is a cane? Is it sugar canes? What is it? No, it's part of a vine. So these are this is the wood from last year that actually held the grapes. And this year, and if you zoom in on these, you can actually see there's buds on these. That would be the buds that in the spring would shoot out and hold the grapes for this year. So canes are 2nd year wood. So I'm going to attempt to put together a little wall display of some dried canes, and we'll lacquer them and arrange them in some sort of fashion and hang it on the wall. So, gosh, Don't hold me to when I'm going to do that or how I'm even going to do it at this point, but that'll be fun when I can put that together. All right, this is our other, I guess, storage barn, if you will, pole barn, that I will also be putting some wine in here out of the 14. Let's see what we got in here. This is, look at this. This is our tequila barrels. We've got tequila barrels ready to go. If you've been to Cane and Vine, you know we had a tequila barrel-aged dry Riesling there. So we've got some fresh empty tequila barrels that we just received a short time ago that we are going to fill up with some dry Riesling so that we'll have a new vintage of that at some point. I've got a couple of other barrels that were delivered here as well that I'm going to fill with something I think is going to be pretty neat as well that I'm not going to share yet, but that's still to come. We've got some empty tirage cages here for sparkling wine. I've got some bottles here for our Blau Frankish bottling that we still need to do. So yeah, I need to reorganize this here so that I can get some of the wine in here. We're gonna put the Cane and Vine wine in here, since that'll just be here temporarily. Then we'll get that out of here and up to Cane and Vine. You know, people often ask me, they say, Mike, how did you learn how to drive a forklift? And you know, the reality is I had no idea how to use this thing when we first bought the winery, and this came with it. And so no, I slowly had to learn. I mean, just really by using it. No special training or anything, just very slowly and very carefully using it, and you know, kind of building confidence from there. So yeah, not bad for an accountant, I say, to be able to use that forklift. Yeah, this wasn't my best day. This wasn't my best forklift day here when I hit that. Yeah, so got to get that taken care of at some point. So, yes, using a forklift I find is incredibly, you can do a lot of damage with a forklift and very easily without even realizing it. And so it is something you have to be really careful in, especially when you're working in kind of tight spaces here where you have to be careful kind of at all times of knowing your surroundings. So definitely something that you have to be very careful with. All right, after hours of waiting, the wine is finally here. Now we have to put it away. Look who else is here.
Yeah, here to help.
Jane is here.
Here to help.
Jane is here helping. And look what we have here. Luminescence.
Oh, check out the more important part.
24. Oh yeah, look at that. 750 milliliter bottles. Because you asked, we have delivered. Luminescence, the next vintage, is going to be available in both 375 and 750 milliliter bottles. So I've always thought Luminescence bottle wasn't big enough. Here we go.
Here we go.
Have twice the fun.
Are we going to do a top 5 favorite palettes to
Top 5 favorite pallets to move? No, I'm not sure. So now after we stack them, right? So we pull the new one in, then we stack an old one on top, but now we got to push it back into place.
Yeah, so, I don't know if I can push this by myself, but I can try. No, I can't.
No, that's okay. Oh, you're moving a little. Good job. All right,
I'm not strong enough.
Help you.
Yeah.
I will help you. All right, one of the last ones to bring in here. Say hello, Jane.
Hello.
Glad she came to help us. I would have had done all this by myself, and it would have taken forever. So, because they were late getting here, Jane graciously agreed to come help me. So yeah, I'm just gonna lift this pallet onto the other one. Gotta line it up kind of perfectly. Very difficult to see, I'm sure, on the video. There we go. Yep. There you have it. Now we'll just push that into place. And then we can start bringing in everything we took out. All right, we got our cane and vine wine into the pole barn here. So, 7 pallets of that. Again, we'll get that off site over to cane and vine. And now we just got to put all of this stuff back.
Those are empty bottles?
Those are empty bottles, yes. So, get working on that. All right, still putting things back. Starting on the barrels now. So again, I got 8 sets of these to do. And this is the tricky part here with the barrels. So I had talked about playing with blocks earlier, and if I think pallets of wine are like playing with blocks, moving barrels is like Lincoln logs. Who remembers Lincoln logs, right? I'm really dating myself, I think, but that's what's going on here. Because you've got to put this in like the exact right spot, both left to right and back to front, so that it sets on here properly. And we have successfully done that with this first set. But yeah, they're not always as easy as that one. It sometimes takes multiple attempts to get everything straight and in here properly. But hey, I'll take that one for first one. All right, and there it is, like it never happened. Everything is put back. Most importantly, there were no accidents. And our crush pad is clear again. So, was it the most boring Toast Tuesday ever? It might be. It might just be the most boring Toast Tuesday in the history of Toast Tuesdays. We will make up for it next week. We'll be back and doing some regularly scheduled stuff. So, in the meantime, I hope you learned something today, or at least got some insight into some things that might be coming down the pipeline, and just see a little bit about what our warehousing is like here. Again, brought in 14 pallets of wine today successfully. Got them all put away, and happy about that. All right. Cheers, everyone. Bye.